Hey everybody, it's Matt, and I am happy to say that I am no longer coming to you from Davao. I hated leaving Davao, wonderful place, but I actually have changed locations, and rather than tell you all about that right now, I'm just going to let you see a couple of little short clips that I've made over the past several days, and then I'll fill in the blanks for you once you're done looking at those. So here you go, enjoy these. Hey everybody, it is Matt, and I am still here in Davao in the Philippines, and I just happen to be riding along in a cab right now on my way out to the airport because we were notified by the embassy that there's another flight to Manila, one of these sweeper flights helping people that are stranded get back to where the international airport is, and I'm going to go out and try and see if I can secure a ticket on it. Now I've got the health certificate, which you saw I got in the last video, and I have got a hotel reservation, which we're required to have in order to get this ticket. That is that you have to either have a connecting flight, or if the flight is later, you've got to show that you've made a reservation in a hotel. And so I've gone through all those hoops, and hopefully when I get there I will be able to secure a ticket. So I'll let you know how it goes. That's it for right now. Okay, so I made it here to the airport, and as you can see, I am standing in line now for about a half an hour. Thought it was going to open up at 8:30. I might have gotten the time wrong, but lots of other people here waiting in line. We're all trying to socially distance a little bit, and I found out that I didn't maybe have to go through all of that, which I did for the health certificate. These guys tell me that they just went up to their barangay and said, I got to fly, and I've been here so long, and they just wrote them a little sheet. So who knows? Anyway, it's an experience. More later. Okay, so I'm next in line, getting my self signed in for my flight to get to Manila, and then it's finding a place to stay in Manila. So let's see how this goes. So we made it. We're sitting on the flight. I have never been on a flight where everyone is so quiet. It's like you can sense the seriousness of the COVID situation here, but normally a flight like this would be full of people talking and excited and so forth, but everybody's quiet. And oddly enough, I sat down right next to somebody from Fairfield, Ohio. Can you imagine that? Anyway, more later. Okay, so that tells you a little bit of the story. That last video, I was sitting there on the airplane, and we were departing for Manila. We depart about an hour late, ended up getting in here probably about an hour and a half late, about 5 o'clock or so, and we were supposed to end up getting in about 3 o'clock. So we get to Manila, and it's like the Twilight Zone. There is nothing going on. Everything in the airport, food, information centers, everything is shut down. We come out of the airport, there is not a taxi anywhere. There's no buses, there is no transportation. So anybody who was planning on going to a hotel had to have found a hotel that had its own transportation. For me, over the last 48 hours, the whole hotel and Airbnb thing has been a nightmare, because I would book something and then they would cancel on me. Oh, we can't accept new people. Oh, we've got problems with our air conditioning. Whatever it is, they kept canceling. And I finally made a reservation at one place here, but I had no place to get there. Happily, my friend back in Davao hooked me up with a driver. That driver and I spent the next 2 hours driving around. We went right over to the place that I had booked. There's nobody there to check me in. The guard outside says, oh, they all went home. There's no check-in until Monday. Well, that doesn't help me. So we drove around and checked probably 20 different hotels that this driver knew, and none of them were accepting new people. We found a spot on the internet that had a list of places by the Philippine Tourism Board that were supposed to still be accepting people during the pandemic. Most of them, all of them were saying no. Finally, I said, take me back to the airport and I'll just sleep at the airport tonight and try and find a flight out tomorrow. But as we were going, I said, well, let me try some of the airport hotels. And sure enough, this Hilton hotel, which I'm in now, was available for $110 for the night. And I mean, when I'm paying so little for places here in the Philippines, that seems like an exorbitant amount of money. But I decided I was so frazzled, I would take it. So I've been staying in this beautiful place this last night. Got a great night's sleep. I've got my energy back. And another thing that I found out while I was driving around with this driver is that he has these special credentials from the tourism board. So he can actually drive and get through all these COVID-19 checkpoints here and get me to my friend's home up in Pampanga, which is in a quarantined neighborhood. And so if he's right, I will be sending you the next message from at my friend's place, which is where I wanted to get, because I've got several $1,000s worth of computer and camera equipment, all of my clothing, all of the rest of my medicine and all. Everything is up there at his place, and I didn't want to leave that behind when I headed home. So I'll be able to pack that all up, spend a little time with him and his family, maybe stay a few days and eat a little bit and enjoy. And then I've got a letter that'll get me passage to the airport as long as I've booked a flight and am flying out. So that's where things stand right now. But I mean, it was amazing last night to see the streets. They were empty. And remember, this is a 24/7 metropolis here. It's always got the streets full, always. And people complain about the traffic jams in Manila at 2 a.m. in the morning. And look, I mean, you can see from these pictures how empty the streets were. And this is just like the Twilight Zone, as I said before. I hope that everybody's doing well. I hope you're all safe. Please, the pictures out of America still indicate that there are people there that are not taking the pandemic seriously. There's people literally going out on the beaches again. And I can't believe that. The only way we are going to beat this is that everybody works together, even those that are not as great a danger. Everybody here, we're wearing our face masks. We're being very, very careful, washing our hands like crazy. Please do the same thing in the U.S. The reason the U.S. has got these huge numbers of deaths and infection, I am absolutely convinced, is because people are not taking the pandemic seriously. At least some people aren't. Anyway, I love you all. I'm praying for you. Bye-bye.